And in this next one, we've got Anvar Boynazarov taking on Erik Silva. And what Anvar Boynazarov brings to the table is a crazy kickboxing record. We're seeing a lot of really good kickboxers transition to MMA. Like you've got Israel Adesanya, I believe is probably the most notable one. And then you've got Alex Pereira. And then there's a few more. Cedric Doumbé is going to be making his UFC debut, and he's like a Glory two-time champion. And now we've got Anvar Boynazarov, who has got a really crazy kickboxing record of 95 wins, 27 losses, which is pretty awesome. And he has won some pretty great competitions in his career. He's been fighting in Glory. He was a runner-up in a Glory kickboxing tournament, and now later on into his kickboxing career, or later on into his martial arts career in general, he has been now going to be making the transition into MMA. But the problem is, man, in my opinion here, I don't think he's going to be able to get past Erik Silva. You know, Erik Silva, he's 34 years old. He's a much older prospect. You know, Anvar Boynazarov's pretty old too, but he's got a pretty good excuse. You know, he had a massive kickboxing career before transitioning to MMA, and now he's taking on Erik Silva, who's a really good grappler. I believe he's got 4 wins by submission, and I think he's got 2 wins by KO as well. But he's on a four fight submission streak over a guy that was 18-6, a guy that was 12-5, 6-6, and a guy that was 8-3. So this guy is actually submitting decent levels of MMA fighters, you know, guys that have been training grappling and stuff like that. But for Anvar Boynazarov, no disrespect to him, but the truth is, you know, he only made his MMA debut about a year and a half ago, and before that he's probably only training MMA for a few months, or maybe a year before that as well. So I don't really know what Anvar Boynazarov's grappling defense is going to look like. You know, he's never really been tested in his career. He's 3-0 with 3 pretty awesome KOs. He's actually a very exciting fighter to watch, and even his kickboxing fights are really exciting to watch as well. But this guy, he won his debut with a KO a minute and 10 seconds into the first round, and then he beat a guy a minute and 39 seconds into the first round. It was 1-10. And then he took on a pretty good test against John Pham, who was 4-2. You know, considering the level of considering he's only 2-0 in MMA, but then he beat him in 21 seconds. So yeah, I think Erik Silva's not going to mess around on the feet with Anvar Boynazarov, and I think we're going to see him shoot for a takedown pretty early on into this fight. But if Erik Silva decides to strike with Anvar Boynazarov, I don't like it. I don't like it at all, you know. Boynazarov, he's training out of Tiger Muay Thai, is what his Tapology page says, which is pretty cool, but he's such a good fighter, man. Like, he's such a good striker. But Erik Silva is just gonna bring the fight to the ground, in my opinion. We haven't seen Boynazarov's grappling tested. Sorry, my Bluetooth mouse just decided to not work. No, there we go. It's working now. I'm just looking at my looking at my notes. Yeah, I think the MMA experience as well is gonna play a pretty big part. You know, Erik Silva, a lot more used to MMA, I guess you could say. You know, I feel like if the UFC wanted Anvar Boynazarov to win and get a highlight reel KO, they wouldn't have put him up against the grappler. I feel like they should have put him up against the striker or something like that and really tested them. But they haven't. They've given him Erik Silva, who's on a 4-fight submission streak. Yeah, I don't know why the UFC did this, because I feel like they probably would have wanted Anvar in the UFC, because he would have been pretty marketable for his KO. For his kickboxing background, and also all of his KOs and also his fighting style is just so exciting to watch as well. But Erik Silva, so much more mixed martial arts experience, 4-fight submission streak. I think he's going to get the submission, and I think if he does it pretty early on into the fight, maybe he gets a contract. The thing is, he's 34 years old, so if he's going to make something happen, he has to make it happen now. Most of Tapology is picking Erik Silva to win. I think that's pretty fair. You know, it's pretty hard to tell what is Boynazarov gonna bring in mixed martial arts against a pretty good grappler in Silva. I don't know. I haven't seen any grappling out of Boynazarov, so I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna look like. All of his wins have taken place in less than 2 minutes. So give me Boynazarov. No, sorry. Give me Erik Silva to win by submission here, probably in the first round. I think it will probably happen. I don't think this fight is gonna last very long at all. Either way.